And once again, we are back. We are tucked away
in the madhouse.
In the madhouse. In the madhouse. Somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. I am here with the Cajun Cowboy himself, and we are back with episode 2 of the Prepper / Conspiracy Theory.
The No Name Podcast.
No Name Podcast, because we need to get our crap together.
Well, we don't know where it's going yet. We just ranting right now.
We got no music. We got no nothing. We might not even have any truth for you, but we do have conspiracy theories.
And opinions.
Buckets
and buckets of opinions.
Life is full of opinions. Our whole week, the whole last week has been one giant conspiracy theory because no one really knows what the hell is going on.
It's insane.
It's insane. It went from the Wuhan this, the Wuhan that, to Lockdown.
Oh, we got 2 cases. Locked the whole state down.
Sounded bad. I'm trying to. Oh, shoot. Martial law, is it coming?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Here's where we're at.
Where are we at?
I think they're pretty fascinated. They're getting as far as they are with this crazy stuff.
I think so.
There's, once again, I will go both sides on this. If it's real, if it's not, if it's fake, no matter what it is, it's definitely being super hyped up.
Yes.
To an outrageous amount. And I've listened to the people, and they like, well, yeah, what's tomorrow? I'm like,
whatever you put out.
Yeah, it's not going to do all that. So I think they're about to slow down. They're going to push it as far as they can. What is this new drug? This old drug? The
chloroquine.
Chloroquine.
6 days, you're healed.
Yeah. It looks like it's.
Is it a tablet or a shot? Do we know?
Tablets.
Bayer
donated 3 million pills to the United States government. Israel donated 6 million pills to the United States government.
I heard they jacked prices up. I heard they doubled the price.
You can't. It's not a.
Well, I just read the article. This is conspiracy theory.
Well, I tell you what, if you got some right now, you could sell it for whatever you want. But it's a generic drug. What
does it look like? Does it look like my multivitamins? Because maybe I'll start selling that shit.
Well, you got to get it in one of those little pop packages.
$20 pill.
But yeah, with that coming to light, it looks like where Dr. Fauci. I guess we just jumping all over the place. Let's just jump all over.
I love it. It's great. We just go for it.
Dr. Faust, is that his name?
Sure, that sounds good to me.
Okay. As soon as Trump says that this is shows a lot of promise, a lot of potential, he runs straight to CNN and says, "Oh no, that's just anecdotal evidence. That's not." He's wanting to keep the hype up. He is not a Trump supporter, which I don't care if he's a Trump supporter or not. Give us real information, give us real data, give us real science. Shoot straight with us. Well, Faust wants to keep the excitement up. A lot of people are wanting to see this spread, wanting to see if they can get some good death numbers. Trump's gonna lose the election, and they don't care if they wreck the economy or not. They just don't care. That's some people. I'm not saying that's Faust, but if you go to WikiLeaks, Faust was what's that lady's name? I gotta look up her name. It was a Hillary Clinton. Acolyte. Oh, there it is. He was sending her and that's the wrong browser. He was sending her a
DuckDuckGo.
No, well, I already had her name pulled up. Cheryl Mills. Dr. Faust sent an email to Cheryl Mills that was leaked by WikiLeaks. Cheryl Mills was a high-level Hillary Clinton supporter in her campaign when she was doing the what do you call it? The testimony before Congress about a bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
He wrote her a glowing letter that she did great. Tell her we love her and all this stuff. That's our doctor up there that we're supposed to trust. So no, I don't trust him.
That's the guy that we talked about earlier on in the week. That was like the right-hand guy, right?
Yeah, he's the top dog at the CDC, and he's
You got some more stock he's got to sell or what?
I don't know. Well, the CDC was so worried about this that they were tackling racism and stuff. That's what they were doing studies on. And the World Health Organization, we act like we got to trust these people.
Right.
When this first come out, they were saying shutting down the borders is a bad move. That's bad. You shouldn't do that. And you shouldn't it's bad to talk about China stuff. None of these people can be trusted. All right, this is being hyped up beyond belief. Now, what do we have? We have a lot of people dying in Italy.
We do. And then everyone always brings it up. It's bad over there. It's bad over there. It's coming here. It's absolutely. They're freaking old. That's where all the old people are in Italy.
We have data on the first 800 people that died in Italy.
Yeah.
One was in their 30s. One was in their 40s. All the rest of them were older people, and all of them had underlying health issues. What they're saying now is a lot of these people are dying from cancer or all kind of different kind of diseases.
Their bodies are already weakened, and so they can't fight this.
It's not even killing them. They're dying from other stuff, but they're testing positive for coronavirus at the same time, so they're throwing that notch in there. Not only that, Italy's saying they're not going to treat people over 70. They're refusing to treat them. This is socialism, man. This is socialism that everybody wants.
Oh, yeah. Everyone wants this.
Yeah, this is just government health care. So if you're over 70, they're sending you home to die.
There's a gal. She's taking class from me. I mean, she's a great lady. I mean, I talk with her. We have decent conversations, but I believe one thing and she believes something else.
Right.
And she really is left leaning. I mean, she wants like freaking Bernie Sanders and like she wanted like Pocahontas and
Sieg Heil, huh?
Yeah, I mean she likes that stuff. So it is what it is. We all like certain, but she is close the borders, close the schools. We need to effing do this. We need to effing do that. Everyone's freaking crazy. Stay the F home. That's her hashtag. Stay the F home.
Okay.
And I mean just like going nuts. And I'm like, wow.
And do what?
She just says everything that goes right along with the socialist part of it.
It's insanity.
It is. This whole thing is nuts.
This is a police state. We're watching form right in front of our eyes.
We mentioned it last time. We are asking for this. There are places in Twin Falls where we live that are. We are still pretty freaking free over here. Really, our governor came out and said he was not going to mandate that we close schools. He did not. Right. That was up to the schools. He was not going to say that we had to shut our restaurants down. He was not going to. That our governor was saying that, right? And people are just doing it anyway. And they put out this big speech of, we don't want to help spread. We want to be part of the solution, not the problem. Like freaking hell, really? Don't.
Well, if they're going to do anything, they need to.
Buying into the pandemonium is what you're doing.
Yeah, you need to protect the older people. And, well, what kills me is you can see the narrative change. At one point, it does nothing to young people. It does nothing to young people.
Right.
Well, the first one was, it's contagious. It's contagious. So, all right, so everybody's buying hand sanitizer. Everybody's buying toilet paper. I don't know what for, but get the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer, right? Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. That's all they said. Then they said it wasn't getting enough hype, so they said it's airborne. It's airborne. They tried to get it more hyped, and what they did is it kind of had a defeating move, because I took the same approach. I said, well, if it's airborne, ain't nothing I can do.
Right.
It's just coming. I got to see if I'm going to make it. That's all I can do. So then now they're coming back now and saying it's not airborne. But
really?
They're saying that now. It's not airborne, but it's contagious.
You can live on metal, they say, for like 15 days.
Yeah, they've changed that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, well, it depends. I mean, good God, you're hearing so many different stories, but they're trying to change that. But it is super contagious. So they're trying to get, people to not group together, because once they said it was airborne, everybody gave up. Then they had what was the other narrative? Young people. It ain't hurting young people. It ain't hurting young people.
Yeah, now supposedly it's starting
destroying their lungs. Yeah. Just destroying their lungs. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not.
Why wasn't you saying that earlier?
I don't. The social. What do they call it? Social. distancing. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
That is the new phrase for let's stomp on your First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
Let's stomp on your right to assemble. Let's stomp on that so you can't rally. You can't do this. You can't. That's exactly what that is.
Well, there's already people calling for this
Hashtag social distancing shit.
for this Yang $1,000 a month thing. They want to keep that up even after this passes for equality. And I'm like, you people are mad.
Oh yeah, this whole thing is nuts. I mean, here's what there's a meme on Facebook that I found. It says coronavirus kills 3,000 people and we lose our shit. Obesity kills 300,000 people per year, and what do? We create a new flavor of Doritos.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? This whole thing is just asinine. Do you really honestly, is it? I mean, there's a flu out there. I get that.
Right.
It's not, in my mind,
It's a bad flu. It's bad. It's killing
a bad
people.
flu, but it's freaking flu. Flu kills people.
Yeah, well, it's killing more than a regular flu.
But I mean, they've ramped this up. They've amped this up so freaking far that what do you think the in play is? I mean, the end game is here. Do you think
they? I don't think they would get this much reaction, and it's
I don't think they thought they could get this far.
no,
Or that it'd be this damn easy.
no. Take my freedom, please.
And do you think they're trying to
Give me toilet paper.
You think they're trying to crash the economy?
Yes, absolutely.
And just for
100%.
those maybe who may not understand why would they want to crash our economy?
When we're government,
Yeah.
Not only that, they're calling for a destruction of physical cash because it can transmit the coronavirus. They're calling.
Oh,
I've
yes.
heard people
There you go. I
calling for
saw
an
that.
end to that. Yeah. So what'll happen is you stay in your home, you get $1,000 a month on this debit card or chip or whatever we decide to put in. You probably have to be a chip because debit cards can be traded for goods, and we can't have that. So we're going to put a chip in your forehead.
Well, I'm serious.
There you
though.
go. You get your allowance, and if you don't buy or sell, and then it sounds familiar.
Yeah. What about this whole? Was it Denmark said mandatory vaccination?
Yeah.
When they come up
Was that
with
Denmark? That was Denmark, wasn't it?
Denmark, I think what we decided on.
Yeah.
Denmark mandatory vaccination. So all the people didn't want the flu shot. Maybe they're going to be forced to have the flu shot here in the U.S.
It's going to be well in Denmark. They're making it law, and all these people running around cheering about how great China was, how China took care of this. China caused this mess.
Yeah.
Well, was it on purpose or not? I don't know. Was it other governments involved or not? I don't know. It's funny that they got a cure that's been here since the 30s, somebody said, but actively used since the 50s. That's the kind of stuff that you release. You know, it's like it ain't going to hurt me. I don't care.
Yeah. And so I heard, too, that Soros he didn't own, but he had money in the lab down there.
Okay.
George, you know, seen that article?
I don't believe I have.
I'll
So
get
many
into it.
articles.
Yeah. I think we text probably 12 or 13 a day to each
Yeah,
other.
it's too much. I'm like,
One day, I'm sure your phone is like, brr, brr, brr. Hey, that's Todd again. Yeah, someone said George Soros had money in that freaking the lab down there. So now there's also articles of the freaking bird flu.
yeah. The bird flu.
The bird flu's coming back.
The bird flu. What else?
The one guy had some weird strain that they'd never seen before or something.
Of course. They
Out of freaking China.
I don't think they're going to. I don't think that this is the police state we're going to have. But if they can get it now, they'll take it now. But I think this is going to come back. Here's the problem with Mr. Trump, the president. I'm a fan of Mr. Trump. I like him. I like a lot of what he does. They have found his weakness that I have called a long time back. He talks a lot of crap, but he's really a softie.
Yeah, he is.
He's a softie, and he's kind of a pushover because whenever he thinks somebody's getting hurt or something, he wants to do something about it. They got him, and he's been tested a couple times. They got him with the
Bump stock?
Vegas shooting. Yeah, he settled on the bump stock, which is an illegal executive order. It's flat out illegal.
Right.
But Ivanka and Eric Trump was coming out at saying, you really don't need ARs. I'm like, this dude's going for the whole ball. They didn't come out and just say that on their own.
Right.
You had a lot of people saying that. And he was mentioning that we're going to have to look at this and we're going to have to look at that. We're going to have to look at suppressors. He was going for a big gun grab. And enough of us raised enough hell and drug it out. Thank you for the senators that held the line a little bit. I don't know what was going on, but enough people got excited and made enough noise that he backed up and he settled for the gun ban. Well, then we had vapes. Oh my God, vape is killing everybody. Every time somebody died, it was front page news. You heard about it worldwide. Somebody died from vaping. What they were doing is making this THC. They were putting marijuana they were making it not from a manufacturing company. They were making marijuana, and they were putting vitamin E in it, and they were smoking it, and it was busting up their lungs. Is vaping good for you? No. But he got excited, and he wanted to get on top of it,
It's
and
more or
he
less,
raised the smoking age to 21.
is this more or less stuff that's being pushed from his family?
Some of it, yeah. Well, they have his ear.
They big time.
And Ivanka is extremely liberal.
That's his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit there and be cute and shut your face, lady. But he failed that one. And you don't hear nothing else about that.
Right.
Now we got this. You got a lot of deaths in Italy, but like I said, a lot of those deaths ain't the coronavirus. And a lot of them are it's elderly people. And a lot of the elderly people, they're refusing to treat. They're flat out saying it. And they can't say, we're going to send you home to die. They're going to say, we don't have enough equipment for everybody. So we have to triage and get the most healthy people that have a chance of survival. In other words, you're dying. You're costing the government a lot of money when you're not paying into it.
Yeah.
So they're sending you home to die. If anybody's from Italy out there, give us a ring.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you. Now, there's one report which, let me get back to this. The worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario you've heard of? The worst, absolute worst. Now, these people are putting this stuff in computer models, the same models that said, by now Florida and New York would be underwater and there would be no rainfall and fire would fall from the skies because, we're going to be 890 degrees Fahrenheit. Absolute crap. So the worst case scenario that they're saying is 2 million people dying. We're in a country of 340 million people. 2 million people would be a tragedy. It would be awful. We would have memorial set to it. It would touch everybody's life in the country. 2 million people. It would touch everybody. It would affect everything. It would not take the country down at the worst case scenario. They're shutting the country down over a couple of hundred.
Something that this is just real random, but I've seen a couple articles. I haven't really read them, but I saw a couple articles where this is starting to be kind of a little bit of a trend too. And I think they're going to go after the whole good for the environment scheme of things. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Imagine how much less smog there's. It's so much cleaner. Oh, the canals in Venice. The dolphins are back. We haven't seen the dolphins in years. Look how clear it is. Look how clean it is. You see where they're headed with this? I mean, they could stack so much stuff up on this. Oh, 2 million people die. Oh, well, that's less damage to the environment.
Well, they're calling it the boomer remover.
Yeah.
I mean,
the people that don't believe these things, the people that are against us, they freaking cleanse them. This is a cleansing.
Yeah.
Who orchestrated the cleansing? I mean, because essentially that's
the people who already knew what the cure was.
I mean, because essentially that's kind of what this is. It's a freaking cleansing.
It's madness.
I mean, we got a county up north of us, Blaine County. They're on lockdown to whatever that means. But I mean, it's a misdemeanor if you're caught out. I mean, you can get in trouble for being outside your freaking house.
I'm gonna cough on them if they come to get me.
Yeah.
They pull me over and I
lick them in the forehead.
I got a fever. I'm going to the doctor.
That's right.
Okay, go on, sir.
My daughter just turned 18 yesterday, and she had to go to the bank and open up she had a savings account, but she wanted to open up a checking account, right?
Right.
And so, but of course the bank is locked down. The bank here, you can't go in. It's a drive-through only. And there's a long damn line, by the way. You drive through.
So the bank's pointing guns at you.
Yeah. So we called.
Get out of here! What are you doing?
And they had to have a lady call my daughter back, and we were riding in the car headed over there, and they had to ask my daughter a bunch of questions, and it reminded me of a freaking like zombie movie where the people are journeying through the land, or there's some illness or whatever it is, and they get to like this compound and knock, 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 let us in. And this lady asked her on the phone, like asked her a series of questions,
Right.
kind of like, have you been bit? Let me look. Have you been coughing? Have you been sneezing? Have you been this? Have you been around anyone that has? And she had her on speakerphone, and I almost just wanted to go, no, she's fine. She's fine. Then she had to go to the back door and like knock 3 times and give a secret handshake, and before they let her in. It was freaking ridiculous.
This is your password.
Oh, it's only good for 30 minutes.
It's crazy.
This is, and it just kills me. I tell you what, I'm not a big change guy.
And not like this, man.
Not like this. And I tell you what,
insane.
I should be flying out to go to Hawaii tomorrow.
Right.
Today's Saturday, tomorrow will be Sunday, and so we changed our trip. Now, we didn't have to. We were afraid, though, if we got over there, we would have been locked out. There would have been some kind of lockdown. They would have landed the plane, whatever.
They're talking about that now.
And then my kids would be stuck over here. And if it gets nasty, I'd like to be here to protect the fortress, right? Protect my little kingdom while I got over here.
Okay.
And some of the stuff we were going to do in Hawaii was actually starting to, some of the, we wanted to go to like a luau and just shutting that shit down. So I was like, we'll just reschedule. So that happened. We've been looking forward to that for freaking 9 months. That happened. Then my freaking gym shut down. And I don't know. For me, that was way too much change all of a sudden.
I told you it was coming.
I know. But it was way too much change all of a sudden. And it just threw me for a freaking loop. So I've been walking around here kind of in a fog all week. Just kind of like, just. So, I mean, just even if the virus doesn't get you, everything else is going to cause people to go freaking crazy. There's people in other countries right now who they can't go to the gym. They're stuck in their freaking apartment. They're running 50 Ks in their living room by running around their freaking coffee table. 50 Ks.
Can you imagine living underneath that person? It's like, man, you
damn runner
coming at you, man.
But I mean, just the disruption in life alone is
madness.
It's just
madness.
It's horrible.
How can you shut the country down and think this is just going to kick back off? The best I heard is we hope it's going to. It's like it may. It depends on how long you shut this stuff down. And some stuff ain't coming back.
Yeah.
And
well,
we're now going to spend $2 trillion on the bill that they had that was going to be $1 trillion. Now it's $2 trillion. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah. This is going to be more of a.
You know how many people are going to die from poverty and the crashing of the economy?
Yeah, your crash economy. Businesses,
a lot more than 2 million.
People are going to lose houses. Businesses are going to go freaking bankrupt. Small businesses especially, because they're not making any money. They're freaking
looting, robbing, stealing. You're going to lose a lot more than 2 million people. You shut this economy down.
Oh yeah, I mean this is absolutely insane. And to know that there are businesses out there that are shutting down voluntarily. What the hell is that all about?
Not my company. They sent out a letter. You're essential. Get your ass to work. You can make it. We have faith in you.
I told everyone. I put out a deal. Said, hey, we're not going out of business. I'm not shutting down over here. If you can make it to, we're not on lockdown yet, but if you can make it to class, even if we go on lockdown, and you can make it to class, I'll freaking teach you how to shoot, man.
Now would be the time.
But this whole thing is just freaking wild, man.
It's crazy. Now I keep wondering.
I feel like this is a repeat podcast as last week, but it's just nuts.
It's nonstop. That's all the news is. That's all the news is. I think we
do some Sasquatch shit or something. Has anyone heard from him for a while?
He's got the Wuhan.
He's got the Wuhan. Damn it. And did anyone inform the Amish? Did we forget about the Amish?
I think they're chalking them up as collateral damage.
Oh man, I like me a good horse and buggy.
You better get one now.
They're free.
Don't let the horse cough on you. No, man, I don't know. Well, I keep, watching it to see what the hell what am I missing? What is
I know.
And I saw one report where phone users in China, in that area, in that province, there's 14.5 million less phone users now than from December, and it's like, what the hell? Where'd they go? So, because you can't trust China's numbers either. You can't believe anything that you're hearing right now because it's all over the place. Now, 14.5 million people died over there. We need to take this serious.
Yeah.
If all of China that has, 1.5 billion, 1.4 billion, something like that, they got a lot of people, all right? And they're stacked on top of each other. And if, like I said, you can't believe their numbers. If, 3,000 died? I don't believe they're low numbers, but I can't believe the high numbers either.
Do you think they're in the clear now?
No,
because we've all seen the articles that said they were.
Right.
And then I saw another article come out today that said they were afraid that they were going to get reinfected by the freaking U.S. and other countries. So they're pointing the blame again.
It's funny, those borders work, don't they?
Yeah.
Keep your borders up. I think this is, it's looking like it's already trending to where it's slowing down. Now, it's very deceitful. You don't know because we're getting more people tested. So the more people test it, you're going to have a lot more people that have it. There's a lot of people that have it that don't know it.
I think most people have already had it.
So it's going to bring the kill numbers down. Right now, the only people when it first starts, the people who go to the hospital is hacking up blood or whatever.
Right.
All right, you in bad shape. You need to be to the hospital. Oh, you got the coronavirus, and then he's dead. That's why we have big numbers, because you test it one and one's dead. 100% kill.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we don't know if it's actually tapering off, if it's more people being tested. I don't know anyway.
I think there's more people being tested now.
There's a lot more
tests are becoming available too.
Yeah.
There's one that'll tell you in like 45 minutes or some shit. Yeah.
There's some home tests too. Well, they're coming out with them. I don't know if they're there or not yet, but
cough on grandma, see if she gets sick. That's the home test.
go lick your granny on the head.
Go deliver toilet paper to your elderly neighbors.
Well, there were people, liberals, that were saying, when this first started, they were encouraging people to visit old folks' homes. These people are lonely. I'm like, you are trying to get people killed. You trying, because that's who is killing.
Yeah.
And I had asthma when I was a kid, so my lungs ain't all the way right.
You're vulnerable.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little it's a little scary. But
can't breathe.
At the same time, you shut down this economy, you're going to kill 50 million people.
Gee, are you saying you think they sent them in the old folks home on purpose?
Absolutely.
Thin the herd?
No, deaths. If they can get some
more
people dead, it's political gain. And right now, it's actual communism gain. It's one world government stuff taking place here.
And they're releasing prisoners now.
Yeah, got to release them.
Man.
They can't control that prison.
They're getting everything they want. This is an easy way for them to get exactly what they want.
They're getting
voters. They're getting dead people. They're getting Trump's going to look bad. They're trashing the freaking economy. They're going to crash it hard.
Yeah.
And if it crashes, that's going to be people are already sick and dying and scared. That's going to be mayhem on top of that. Then you're going to get looting. Wow.
Yeah. And then wait. Well, not only that, the economy starts folding. There's people right now that are doing fine, but they take medications regularly. Right. You let them lose their health care, then you got to have universal health care stuff. You let them start losing their medications, you're going to have people dying, multiples of what's dying from this coronavirus.
Did you there's a guy, I don't think you saw it because you don't have Facebook, obviously, but there was a guy that was videotaping. They're getting ready to have it's 12 hours or 24 hours, and they're closing the U.S.-Canadian border. And there was a guy, he says, I'm the only one, I'm coming, I just got through back into the U.S., and there was a line miles and miles long of Canadians trying to get back into Canada.
Let them go, man. Let them go.
Get them in there. Take the Wuhan with you.
There was a guy in Africa. They thought I guess he coughed or something, so they stoned him to death.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they're like, he's got the Wuhan, and they killed him. It's like, well, that's some control they got going on there. That's one way to do it, but we've gone absolutely mad.
I'm so tired of this shit already.
Yeah. whether you like it or not, it had
It's
this
here.
energy in the air for a while that you couldn't shake it. You couldn't sleep. It's like, man, this is crazy. And then I think
People are making jokes about it now.
I think you hit the adrenaline fatigue, and you're like, I can't take it no more.
I mean, because I think people are just people. Yeah, people are just they're just joking about it now. They think it's kind of funny, and pretty soon that's even going to get old, and that's when you need to get worried.
Well, the people who are being found to have it that are 90 plus years old, I think, and that's the highest risk group. I think it's killing maybe 15% of them. I mean, it's just not.
But I'm not saying it's a good thing, but they die from all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I know. You're 90.
I mean, RSV. I mean, all those things. I mean, a common cold can kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just not 100%. You just can't fight it off.
Looking at the information coming out of Italy too, all these people had underlying health issues. None of them were solidly healthy. And it's like, and we only have information on the first 800. Now they've already jumped to 4,000 in a few days. So they got some numbers. I mean, they've surpassed China if you believe official numbers.
Right.
But they're sending people that are above 70. They're not even going to treat
They're just
them.
letting them die.
Yeah, they're refusing to treat them. I'm like, if you refuse to treat somebody, you're gonna have a lot more people dead.
So if they're refusing to treat them and they just are sending them back home, how many other people are they infecting?
I think there's millions of people infected already.
I think everyone's. I mean, I would talk to a lot of people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well we've already had this back in November and December. Everyone was hacking and coughing, and you had a cough for freaking 6 weeks, and I think a lot of people have had it. So is this something that you can catch twice?
I don't know. And what kind of damage does it do? Here's what I think. I think I already had it. If I didn't, good grief.
Can you breathe? Can you breathe okay now?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Deep breaths. You okay?
Serenity now. Yeah.
There you go. I think you're good.
Okay.
I don't
know. I don't know. Well, the
either.
truth of the matter is, man, you don't know when your time is, so you just
go when you go.
You hope for the best. You pray to God. You have faith in Him. You got one job in life: find out who God is and what He wants. That's your job. If you ain't done that, you can be Bill Gates and you failed at life.
I'm so tired of hearing about the social hashtag social distancing.
I'm sick of all that.
I'm so freaking sick of social distancing. That's just, like I said, that's just another way to say squash my First Amendment rights. That's all that is, social distancing.
Well, they're canceling everything.
Everything. They're talking like my kid may not have graduation now.
If this continues, there ain't gonna be no graduation. There's kids in Harvard that are demanding passing grades because of the Wuhan crisis. They're like, just give us passing grades. I'm like, shit, I should have said that.
Went to Harvard.
Yeah.
That's
thought your kids were smarter than that. I mean,
there was a guy that I know on Facebook. His a girlfriend's cousin died. Right. I don't know where she lived. They wouldn't allow more than like 50 people at the freaking funeral.
I just heard a story of that today. Somebody died and they were doing a video wake. Which, if it's that
I don't like funerals anyway.
That you never liked and didn't want to go, but you kind of had to go. That's good for you. You just log in and then go make lunch.
Pull up another tab and play freaking watch Netflix or some
cold,
shit.
Man. Yeah. But if it's somebody you care about, can you imagine them telling you that a loved family member you can't show up? You better get out of my face. I'm coming up in there.
Yeah, I mean, me and my wife had this discussion. She's like, "What happens if we go on? If we go on lockdown?" I'm like, and lockdown don't mean nothing to me. I'm still going to go do what I want to. I mean, I don't do much.
Right.
I'm still going to go do what I want to do.
As long as you're in the yard.
No, I'm leaving. I'll go do what I freaking want to do. I mean, this is just, I can't hardly fathom someone telling me I can't go to town to run. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't. Nobody should have that kind of freaking control.
It's insane.
Nobody.
It's all over the place.
Nobody but God.
They're arresting people. It's like, good grief.
Well, for what?
For being out.
I'm going to lick him in the forehead. That's what I'm gonna do.
You better do it when it's winter, because once it's summer, man.
I'm gonna lick their freaking foreheads. I don't know. The fact that just I keep repeating it, but it just baffles my mind that people are actually calling for this. They're calling for it, man.
Begging for it.
And here's
Can't get it fast enough.
I've had some older people in my classes, my gun classes lately. Like a lady came over here the other day. She was like in her 70s.
Right.
She was in her 70s, and we had a gun class, and we didn't stay 6 feet apart. We didn't stay 8 feet apart.
Shit, my mom just got trapped in L.A.
Is she stuck there now? Ain't she?
No, she hopped on a plane.
Oh,
she had the flu.
She
too.
get home. She get home.
She had the flu. Yeah, she's home. And I'm like, Mom, you're 77. You got the flu.
You can
And
freaking arrest her or something.
yeah, well, I'm like, you might land and die. All right, it is killing some people, and it's people in your age group that are sick already.
She's
And,
stubborn, ain't she?
Oh yeah, she's like, well, I'll die at home. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. And she's there, but she's like, I got a better chance of catching something up here in L.A. I don't want to be in L.A.
Yeah, they locked that shit down.
Yeah. So she hopped on it, and they tested her out. She had some kind of flu. So they said, who knows? Maybe they didn't have a test, and they're like, good luck. But
don't go to Italy.
let's put her on a plane. She'll be fine. But yeah, she's like, this is nonsense. 200 people? Now I understand how things multiply. I understand 200 goes to 400, goes to 800, goes to 1,600, how it explodes. One day it's not that big of a deal. Next day it's big.
Right.
I understand that. I don't think this is doing that. I think there's a ton of people that have come across this virus that can be tested for it, and the majority of the people, it's not going to hurt at all. 86%, I saw the thing Mark was talking about the other day, 86% asymptomatic. You're going to have no problems. You're going to have no problems. You're going to have some people that have symptoms. I can't remember the percentage. Maybe 10% after that. The rest that need a medical care, 15% of that little bit that's left,
Right.
You're in trouble. So it's a small number, and it's attacking people. It's a flu that attacks in a different way, and it's upper respiratory. It's a nasty one, but most everybody's going to survive this. Now, can you get reinfected? Is there any lasting damage? We don't know.
We don't know
Do you
that.
believe anything anybody's telling you? I don't believe a damn word
I
I'm
don't.
saying.
But I sure like to read all the stories. But I don't know what's true, what's not. You have high up people say this, and you have some doctor dude from the college come out and say it ain't as bad as what they're saying. It's not as bad as what they're telling you.
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, I
Get
mean-
him, boys.
I mean, we don't have any idea he's going to be suicided.
Yeah.
I mean,
Couldn't put the butterfly net over his head.
And now you got like those those three people that were in trouble for like insider trading, is what they're calling it, because they sold a bunch of stock like back in December because they knew this shit was coming. It's four.
They always talk about the Republican senators.
Nancy-
Dianne Feinstein's right in the middle of that crap too.
Dianne Feinstein and like three other guys. But I don't know. I tell you what, I'm tired of talking about this shit.
Hey, you can't stop though, man.
I
That's
know.
all the country's talking about.
I know, but you got any other stories? Or I think got any other information we need?
You done fatigued out on it, huh?
I am tired of this crap.
Oh, we shouldn't have done this then.
No, I feel like I'm talking in circles because I just don't even know what to think anymore. I don't know what to believe.
You can't. Well, what do you believe?
I mean, I'm not tired. I don't know.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but you can't believe the doc that everybody's supposed to be listening to, that they're all talking about how great he is and how he's the man of the hour, he's the man of the year.
He's got the ear of the president.
Yeah, he's the one. I mean, this dude's a clown,
Where's
man.
he getting his money from? Who's slipping him extra money?
Well, when he's sending emails telling people to tell Hillary Clinton we love her.
Oh, there you go.
He's up there, and every time the president says something that might be positive, no, that's not going to work like that. That's not going to. What do you mean it ain't going to work like that? There's 3 countries done tested this drug. There was a test way back they used this on SARS and MERS.
Right.
What do we have? We have the avian flu, the bird flu, SARS, MERS. What
Well, there's five
This
things
one now
in the
and-
corona family, and SARS and MERS are two of them.
right? SARS, MERS, and the bird flu.
Yeah,
And there was another swine flu.
swine flu.
So swine, bird, MERS,
And COVID.
SARS, and the Wuhan.
The Wuhan
So
China flu.
they've used the same medication on at least SARS and MERS that I've heard of, very successful, and got rid of it. Now they're using it. They already knew this stuff worked. And there was a big test that they ran on
setup.
monkeys,
Yeah.
and one of the pre-tests, and it was extremely successful. They already know that it works. But he's trying to poo-poo everything the president says that might work, that might try to help. Problem is, sorry to tell you, folks. Sorry to tell you, Trump. He gets
He's easily
snookered.
swayed. Yeah.
He's a pushover on some things, and he has a little dictatorial streak.
Yeah.
He wants to say, well, let's do this, like raising the smoking age. What are you doing? You don't hear nothing about vapes killing nobody
Yeah.
no more. You don't hear nothing.
No. We don't know what's happening to those kids in the border either.
No.
Now that we don't know about any of that shit no more, dude.
Don't know about nothing. But the left's getting what they want. They're getting a socialist. You're getting money sent to you from the government.
Yes.
He suspended foreclosures.
Yeah.
A lot of places are suspending rent. What all?
So the government is going to pay you. The government is taking care of you. The government is telling you what to do, and you're doing it, and you're calling out for it more. So, yes, welcome to socialism. Oh, I mean, that's essentially, and they're going to make us, I mean, people are asking for this.
Begging for it. And they're taking 401ks where you can take your money out and there's no penalties now. They push back the taxes. They put it could very easily. All right, now imagine Joe Biden or some
Right.
sitting there drooling on himself as the president. They would lock us down quick. They already got National Guard in the streets and lots of places.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Well, what they're saying right now is to set up hospitals in, what do you call them, stadiums and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So far, that's what they're for. But I heard one guy, actually somebody from Fox News, actually asked a real question and like, well, what happens if you guys have to start doing police work? And he said, well, we're ready for that too. We've been trained for that. They're ready, man. They're ready. They're going to do it.
I heard on local Facebook, on Facebook.
Maybe not this time, but can you see
yeah.
how much, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Remember the Facebook. Can you see how far the window's been pushed? That this is the norm now
Okay, and then
when
this,
something comes up.
and this is the Overton window that we're going to talk about. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because it helps me put things, make sense of things. Overton window is a political theory or idea that you move this window on a sliding scale. You move it way far to the extreme right or to the extreme left. People complain they don't like it that far left. So then they move it back a little bit, but it never goes back to normal. But they move it back a little bit, and then people are happy again. Oh, look, some relief. You did what we wanted you to. It's never the freaking same.
No.
And they do
raise
it-
gas to $10 a gallon, and
Yeah.
everybody cries and screams. Oh, it started out at $1. They raised it to $5 a gallon, and everybody cries and screams. All right, we're taking it down to $3.80.
Now,
Woo,
thank the
you,
Lord,
thank you.
$3.80.
I couldn't make it.
Yeah,
Now it's $3.80 forever.
yeah.
That's what they're doing. Well, now you let any kind of disease show up, any kind of pandemic,
yeah.
any kind of little thing show up, or even if it's real, this is now the new norm. Can you imagine a Democrat president showing up some idiot, and they're going to talk about no matter how good this gets resolved, and it's kind of resolving itself. I've already heard people patting themselves on the back. It looks like we're flattening the curve because everybody's social distancing and doing us. No, you morons. It never was that freaking bad.
Yeah.
All right. It wasn't that bad of a killer. I'm like, I say that, well, I don't want to be the one that dies. It's not a country killer. It's not a global killer. Not yet. Not unless they know some stuff that's just going to keep bouncing back. It's just not.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure they know stuff they have freaking planned. But there was some a guy mentioned on Facebook that
yeah.
in Costco, local Costco, our Costco here in Twin Falls, Idaho.
All right. Toilet paper man.
He was talking to some of the guy was in. Said he was talking to some of the ladies at the registers.
Okay.
And they were saying that earlier that day some National Guard guys were in there. And take it for what you want. We do conspiracy theories here as well, but the ladies were talking to the National Guard guys. Hey, what are you guys up to? And they just looked at them and they smiled and they said, "Just wait, it's going to get worse." And they freaking left. They took their shit and left.
Okay. Now, what's going to get worse?
I don't know. If
Is the virus going to get worse? Is there something about this virus we don't know about?
I don't know, but
or is the lockdown going to get worse?
Well, I mean,
they're getting them in place.
They're getting them in place.
They can't tell you that they're going to do a lockdown. They got to get everybody in place, get all the equipment in place, get all the people in place, get all the supplies and all that good stuff in place. Then they just lock you down.
Yeah.
And say, you're on lockdown. And if you leave, we'll shoot you. They will damn sure do it.
That's some scary shit. I mean, I can't believe that we've come to this point.
Over this.
Over this. Or, well, not even over this. Overnight, right? Yeah. I mean, it's been working up to, but I mean, this went from like...
We had nothing. We were looking at the election. We're taking it now. What the hell happened?
Part of their this is part of their master plan. That's what I'm going to say. This is part of their freaking master plan.
Well,
it's working out great for them.
It's working.
I'm sorry, that's the way I look at it anymore. And smoothly, it's working out well. We're all going to die.
Yeah, but we're going to get shot.
What happened to Todd? Oh, he's out running 10 miles the other morning.
He said he wasn't going to be quarantined.
Picked his ass off.
Yeah. They shot him.
He went down. He fired all 5 rounds out of his .357. He just wasn't fast enough.
They will do it. They have shown they will do it. They did it in New Orleans. As much as the guys who actually walked the streets said they didn't take guns, you damn sure did. You locked people up. You were the backup for New Orleans PD to do it. And there shouldn't even be a police departments. There never should have been police departments. There should be sheriff's departments only. Shouldn't have police departments because they always push things further because they have civil service boards and they hide behind the city, and the city says, well, we can't do nothing. They were designed to bring more pressure on people when sheriffs are elected, and sheriffs can get feedback from their people, and a sheriff can fire any of his deputies anytime he wants. That's what we should have. We shouldn't have police departments. But they're going to do it. And are they going to get it done this time? I don't know. But if they can, they will. I kind of feel like it's starting to peter out.
It feels like it, but I don't.
I hope. I don't know that that's just me.
We're here. I think it is too. And the news that we're seeing come out is not anything new, but it's more of the same in different areas. Does that make sense? But it hasn't it's like it hasn't peaked out, or maybe it has, and it's just, I don't know. And we're coming in, today was Saturday, and my thoughts were earlier in the week that when this first really started to take hold was over the weekend, when everyone had time to stare at their freaking computers and take in all the news and watch Fox and CNN all day long. So my thoughts were earlier this week that if it's going to get bad, it's going to ramp up again over the weekend. But I don't feel that it is. I went out running.
Everybody's getting tired of this shit.
I went out running today. When I was the first one there because I was there early. When I got back to the parking lot, there was like 6, 7 other people out there running. There's people out there unloading horses. They're going to go for a horseback ride. A bunch of mountain bikers, a bunch of dirt bikers. From where my position, it was business as usual.
Well, at first, when I would go out and go to the stores and stuff, it had this tense thing going on.
Right.
I'm like, what? I just wanted to grab people and shake them. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Right.
What's wrong with you? I went to a gas station today, and they had a sign on the door. We're encouraging social distance and all this crap. And I went in and asked the lady, I'm like, so you got everybody social distancing, right? Yeah, we're trying to. I'm like, we were like a foot away from each other at the checkout register, right? Yeah. I said, everybody's touching this nasty ass keypad that 5,000 people done touched, I don't clean it. Yeah. I'm like, what kind of stupid shit is this?
Honestly, I went to buy a radiator today at AutoZone, and that's exactly what I said. There's a big sign right there. It said, we encourage social distancing here at AutoZone. And I'm like, the dude's standing 8 inches away from me as I freaking run the car. And I asked him, I said, you need to move this like 6 foot back, dude. We're not social distancing. And he kind of laughs like that's not the first person who said that to him. But
just let me take this and I'll mail you the check. That way we won't come in contact with you. I'll just take what I need off the shelf and I'll leave.
Yeah. I'm certain.
I'll send payment.
I'm
a carrier pigeon.
I'm 100% certain that they're trying to, at least on that, they're just trying to make that mainstream, that phrase. That's going to be, social distancing is going to be something we hear for the next 10, 12 years.
Everything that they can accomplish now,
they're going to accomplish.
Is going to be the social norm for next time. So next time, I am fascinated by how fast and how far this has moved. Can you imagine next time?
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
I mean, it's like...
It's over. They're going to lock everything down, sit at home, wait for your check.
And people are going to be okay with it.
Free Netflix for everybody.
Most people are going to be okay with it. They really are.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice for the first week.
And there's these
and then it's like, hey, man, I'm getting tired of this shit.
And you need to look into this, too, because there's some big corporations and big companies that are actually... I mean, that's a whole other show, but that are behind this as well, because as soon as they said we're gonna start locking people down and we need to social distance, and the kids are home from school, so what did places like the Disney Plus? What did they do? They released one of their movies earlier for the kids to watch.
There's a lot of movies getting released right
now. Places, things like Audible.com and those audiobooks, they released a whole bunch of books for free. I mean, you're almost feeding into... I mean, you see what I'm saying?
There's a lot of movies that were at theaters. They shut down all the theaters.
Yeah.
So you can stream them now. And if it's streamable, it's hackable. It can be pirated.
Yeah. But it just kills me that everyone's buying into this, and they aren't required to. In most places, aren't required to. Gyms are shutting... Freaking churches are shutting.
Churches are shutting. What is it? I saw one story where it was...
God is bigger than the freaking Wuhan flu. I mean, this is insane to me.
It's crazy. I saw one story where they were... It was a church, and they were outlawing people to go to church. If you showed up, they were going to fine you or something. I'm like...
At the church? Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. I think you sent it to me.
No, one guy went ahead and I think I sent it to you.
North Carolina.
They actually showed up anyway. They still held church.
Yeah.
He said, F you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he said that, but
that was
they all showed up.
That's what he had in his heart.
Exactly.
This was in North Carolina amid coronavirus. Going to church a misdemeanor while restaurants and libraries still open.
So now you're criminalizing people for going to church. Do you see where this is going?
San Francisco, well, churches, here's the problem with a lot of churches. A lot of them is a business now where people go to college and they get a degree in divinity and don't know nothing about nothing. And it's a job with a retirement, and they treat it as a job. It's not a calling. It's not a passion of theirs anymore. But you find some of them preachers in North Carolina that are out there hooping and hollering the truth, and they don't want that. They don't want that to happen. And they're talking about locking down San Francisco, 24-hour lockdown. For 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. How good they do in L.A. when the Rodney King riot kicked off?
Yeah.
They locked that down, didn't they?
Yeah.
What they had to do is show up and start killing people.
Yeah, well, that's what they want to do.
Yeah, well, they had the National Guard there, and they were running the National Guard off, and then they got the Marines from the base down there. What's that base? I can't even think of the name of it right now. And they showed up, and they're like, go home. And, we ain't going home. Pow, 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 pow. All right, we're going home. And that was the end of it. That's what they're going to do here.
We're all of a sudden done.
Yeah. It is crazy. And they're going to do it. And this is now our new norm. And if they can get this, if this can, I think this is petering out. It's the way it feels to me. Hopefully it's not just me because I'm tired of it.
I want to go to freaking Hawaii.
But people I talk to now when I go to stores, everybody's joking about it. At first, people were looking nervous.
Yeah.
Now everybody's joking. It's like, dude, he's up. All right.
Crazy. This is crazy.
Well, Italy had 4,000 people die. 4,000. That's sad. That's sad. It's bad. All right. What are they going to have? What is this? They say it looks like it's tapering off, but the deaths are climbing, but they're getting more tests done.
Right.
And people aren't showing any problems. What are they going to have? Worst case scenario, 100,000. The worst case scenario they can even dream up for us is 2 million. If you shut down this economy, you're going to kill a lot more than 2 million people.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to destroy 340 million people's lives.
Oh, yeah. They don't care.
No, they don't care. Well, the people at the top think they're going to be all right. And it's like, in some ways, yeah, because they'll send the military to, it'll be Escape from L.A., man.
Shit, it's just,
Snake Plissken. There we go.
they got their chloroquine pills. Freaking good.
Yeah, they already got those before it got released. All right.
They took them last month.
Yeah, release it now. Release it now. I
Well,
got my pills.
That's an hour's worth of
Nonsense.
the Wuhan. Well, so we got to come up with a different topic for next week unless some big shit goes down. We'll figure that out though. And
this eats up the news. It was difficult to have the
gun podcast.
Because everything is about
I mean, wanted to try to
martial
wanted
law
to try to
and
separate them.
everything else. It's crazy.
It is what it is.
And you can't even find news on anything else. God knows what they're doing behind the scenes, man. Can you imagine what they're getting accomplished right now?
We need an insider. We need like a freaking deep throat to call us in on our podcast.
Okay, he get us all killed.
We need. I don't care.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do it for the freaking podcast.
They're gonna shoot us anyway.
They are eventually. So I hope everyone is liking this new second podcast that we're doing. Just keep downloading it. That's where I see the numbers. You can comment, call me, or text me. Area code 620-794-6223. If you are in a lockdown zone, a hot zone, give us a call. We'll talk to you. You got nothing else to do? Shit, just freaking talk to us.
All you people in Italy that are sitting there singing, all the time.
Call.
Yeah, give us a call.
I've got listeners in Italy.
Yeah, if you speak English, now I can't speak Italian.
So yeah, go ahead and get a hold of us. If you speak English, we'll put you on the freaking podcast. You got nothing else to do, man.
If you don't speak English, we'll put you on a podcast anyway. We just don't know what
just hold the phone out. We'll get the singing, or they're singing out there. Did you see that?
Yeah, you got to do something. I'd be going crazy up in there. You know how many babies are going to be born in 9 months?
A lot.
That was loud. I shouldn't have done that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Well, until then, just make believe we got some outro music.
Yeah, just like the beginning music.
We'll see you next week. Bye.